So, more interviews, by the way, from that Trump rally in Selma, North Carolina from this past weekend. This one happens to be of a gentleman sporting, I think, 3 MAGA hats on top of each other, whining about the fact that he has wasted literally tens of thousands of dollars over the years following Donald Trump around like a Grateful Dead groupie. Take a look at this man, not only whining about the cost, but listen to who he blames for it. Take a look.
Cost you guys to drive across the country? I'm just curious, like how much of your own money, obviously your own money that you've invested to do this?
So this is my 45th Trump rally. I probably invested $30,000 of my own money coming here, but I can tell you in the last year, it's been worse. It's been worse. The flights are double. The rent-a-cars are double. Gas is almost $4 a gallon all along the East Coast. It's getting ridiculous. We want it back to $2 gas. We want it back to $100 flights, and we want it back to cheap rental cars.
Because you guys camp out.
So he's attended, as he said, 45 Trump rallies, spent over $30,000. And it's all Joe Biden's fault. Listen, Donald Trump hasn't even done 45 rallies since he left office. So clearly, some of the cost that you have incurred was actually happening during or before Donald Trump's time in office. So Joe Biden had no bearing on any of that cost. Second of all, $100 flights, that's what you want to return to? Were you able to book $100 flights when Donald Trump was president? Because I travel every single year to conferences, vacations, whatever it is. I've never in my adult life ever seen a flight for $100. Certainly not one that I'd want to be on. You want $100 regular flights on airlines that aren't going to, lose your luggage or lose you, then you're going to have to go back to like the 70s and 80s to find flights for $100. Let's also not forget, by the way, that gas was not $2, as the man claimed, when Donald Trump was president. I mean, the average cost of gas in 2019, before the pandemic hit, month over month, was $2.50. That's what tends to happen, folks. I mean, I've been reporting on gas prices, by the way, for well over a decade. During my time at Desmogblog, it was something we regularly talked about because we talked about how the president has no control over it. We talked about the right-wing lies about it. Gas prices, ever since, George W. Bush's first year, have been astronomical. And they have not gone back down. When George W. Bush came into office, the average cost of a gallon of gasoline was 91 cents. At the peak, during that first year in office, it hit $4.50. Y'all weren't as whiny back then. You didn't have reporters going out to gas stations doing their reports from there. They talked about gas prices, but never really blamed any this, that, or the other. But let's stop pretending that gas prices are the highest we've ever seen them, because they're not. Let's stop pretending that everything was super cheap and readily available during the Trump years, because it was not. We couldn't buy paper products for 6 months during Donald Trump's last year in office. Gas was averaging throughout most of the administration close to about $3 a gallon, depending on where you lived in this country. Things were not rosy and great, and things have not completely gone to hell since Joe Biden took over. And a lot of the reason we're seeing the rapid inflation, the increase in gas prices, one is because of price gouging, and two is because of supply chain issues that happened when everybody basically came off of lockdown after spending a year depleting supplies, demand not being able to keep up, and that's what's going on right now, at least a large part of it. But this moron thinks that, I've spent $30,000 of my dollars chasing Donald Trump around 45 different times, and it's Biden's fault. If you spend $30,000 to watch Donald Trump speak 45 different times, basically saying the same thing every time, then you deserve to lose that money. You deserve to lose a lot more than just $30,000. A fool and their money are soon parted. And that gentleman at the Trump rally is a great example as to why. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for fresh content every single day of the week. Just smash that subscribe button, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, and share the video.